entertained? Are you not entertained?
The Atlanta Hawks have sent a serious message, and I feel like that scene from the original Gladiator is befitting because I've been looking at some of the comments, and I will have to say some of the Atlanta fans are split in the middle in regards to whether or not the Hawks made a good decision as far as trading away some of their talents and things of that such. But listen, these Atlanta Hawks are here to stay. They have shown in these last 5 games, and I'm going to talk about it, how in these last 5 games, these Atlanta Hawks have definitely shown that they are not backing down from anyone, nor are they planning to just throw away the season because we gave away possibly one of our 6 men or whatnot. No, these Atlanta Hawks are serious, and let alone Trae Young, he is serious as well. But before we get into all of that, what's going on, everybody? My name is Walter Pollard. You turn that down. My name is Walter Pollard. This is Atlanta Hawks Digest. Of course, I'm going to get to the game review because, of course, the Atlanta Hawks, they won, beating the Washington Wizards 125-111. But we definitely got to talk about these last 5 games, and I want to show something that was definitely important with that, as well as I did hear, well, not here, but yeah, I did hear it. But Hawks CEO Steve Quin, he was talking to Dukes and Bell on 92.9 The Game here in the Atlanta area about, you know, the decisions that the Atlanta Hawks made, because again, the Atlanta area, the fan base area, and I've talked to the people in the barbershop, I've talked to everybody in regards to Thursday's trade deadline, and some people are somewhat upset. They say, hey, why trade away DeAndre Hunter when he was starting to get good? Well, I have to say, if you wait on 6 years for someone to give you what you feel as though you deserve, you're going to get tired, but that's not the point. The point is we're going to hear from the horse's mouth, the proverbial horse's mouth, how they feel in regards to where they are in that and where they just want to be. But my question to everybody, of course, is, you know, how do y'all feel? And you can leave this in the comments. How do y'all feel in regards to the trade deadline? Let me know how you feel about, you know, the trade deadline, and not like you guys haven't already done so. Again, you guys have hit the comment section like crazy. You've definitely hit the like and the share and the subscribe button. So thank you to everybody. Major shouts out to you guys. We are going up, man. Me and Chris Moore, we appreciate everybody for joining us and subscribing to the page. But getting back to the subject at hand, man, we just want to see how the fan base is, because going into these last 5 games, and we're going back to February 1st, and that was versus the Indiana Pacers. We fell to the Indiana Pacers 132-127, and that was on the back end of that excruciating 9-game losing streak that we had to deal with. I think it was an 8-game losing streak. But I noticed that towards the end of that losing streak, the Hawks started to really fight, not just lay down. You didn't see a lot of games where they were blown away, but they had to fight, because following that game versus the Pistons, on the third, you had a game versus the Detroit Pistons. They beat those guys 132-130, ending their losing streak. They lost again to the San Antonio Spurs 126-125. So you notice that these guys aren't losing by a bunch of numbers or getting blown out or they have to run the ball out at the end of the game. No, they're losing by very small margins, winnable games. And it's just a possession here or a possession there. It's not like the Hawks aren't there or that they can't get it done. They're definitely doing what they can, and I do believe that as time goes on, they can find themselves in a good position going into the playoffs. Now, I'm going to keep going really quickly. After the game versus the San Antonio Spurs, 125-126, they come from behind. I want to point that out because I was listening to the game versus the Bucks, and they had a crazy barrage of 3-pointers that spanned from the second quarter going into the third quarter, and they couldn't miss. So they did a really good job, but for some reason, the Atlanta Hawks definitely stuck together, and they came up. They were able to get the win. Major shout out to Muhammad Gay and also to Dominique Barlow, because these guys definitely stepped up for the Atlanta Hawks. I've been looking at the stat sheet. I've been watching how these guys have played, and you all know that Muhammad Gay and I'm singling those guys out, but just overall, everyone has definitely stepped up. Just knowing that we've had the injury bug come through, and then the trade deadline, and all of these different things that can take your attention away, they've definitely stuck together. And then concluding it, the Atlanta Hawks definitely winning versus the versus the Washington Wizards. Major shout out to Trae Young. He definitely did a really good job. I think, what was it? 35 points, 14 assists. So again, major shout out to Trae Young and what he's doing, because again, he's definitely leading this team. And I'm going to go ahead and continue on and read a little bit more of the box score. Kind of disappointing for Onyeka Okongwu, only 6 points, but 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. Again, I guess he was still active. He was still active. 2 for 6 from the field goal, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. But of course, Zaccharie Risacher is still doing a pretty good job. He's averaging about 11 points per game so far this season. So he's doing good. He's starting to pick it up. He's starting to find his shot too. I've started to notice how he's able to just get it and pop the shot. He's able to pop his shot or whatnot. He's able to just get it and release. So definitely love to see that. Dyson Daniels for sure did a really good job. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. And these guys, listen, defensively, the Atlanta Hawks are definitely doing their jobs. They're very active. You know what I mean? Very active, have active hands. So again, really good job. But the person that I really want to give a major shout out, because this was his debut, him along with Chris LeVert and Terrence Mann. But major shout out to Georges Niang. 26 minutes. Dude was 6 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. What was it? Let me look at this stat really quickly. 16 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, 6 rebounds. Major shout out to Georges Niang. So again, the Atlanta Hawks have definitely shown that they are serious and that they have a plan going forward. But let me get to this. The CEO of the Atlanta Hawks, Steve Quin, he had something to say to Dukes and Bell. Well, basically, this is how the Atlanta Hawks, if you have any questions that you want to ask the Atlanta Hawks, Steve Quin answered every last one of them in this statement. Take a listen.
Obviously, we like the moves that we made, or we wouldn't have made them. We feel like with Hunter that, he's had a great season for us this year. He's had injuries in the past, and we felt that the offer was too good to pass up. Georges Niang and Caris LeVert are both very good scorers and can give us that long wing length that we're looking for. But don't forget, we got 2, pick swaps and second rounders, and in today's NBA, that's very different than the NBA 2 years ago. Having draft picks is a key asset, so we like where we are.
And listen, they basically say they like where they are, and I think they are definitely. You can see it in the play. You can see it how the team is responding to it. Again, Georges Niang came in and he did his job. And then on top of that, Chris LeVert followed up with another 9 points, 3 rebounds. 9 points and 3 rebounds. He was 4 for 4 from the free throw lines, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. But again, really good job from the new guys. Another shout out to, again, Muhammad Gay. Dude had a lot of, I think it was like 4 or 5 blocks in the last game. And then again, just overall, the team is definitely going to gel. They're going to find their footing. And I do believe, mark my words, I do believe they can find themselves in the playoffs, not in the play-in, but in the playoffs. They're 25 and 28 currently. And again, me and Chris Tipmore, we definitely said we do not see the Chicago Bulls or anyone under them leapfrogging the Atlanta Hawks. These guys can do it. I feel it, and I know it, and I know you feel it too. Listen, with all that being said, my name is Walter Pollard. This is Atlanta Hawks Digest, and I am signing out. Peace.